Good morning, guys. A long time no talk. So I just wanted to start a vlog today just to get something going because I have a lot of updates to give you guys. This boy is trying to steal his grandpa's, I think it's champurrado. Oh my gosh, where do you even start? There's so many changes. So right now we are currently at my mother-in-law's house. So we are moving. We are finally moving. I've been saying for many years since I was pregnant that we need a bigger space. Look at it. And we're finally doing it. We made the decision. We are in the process of making moves on that. But with that, we had to move for a few months into my mother-in-law's house, mother and father-in-law's house. So we're doing that. We're adjusting. It's a big adjustment. If you guys know anything about routines and autism and needing that structure, it can really mess with our kiddos. But thankfully, Christian has taken it really well. I think it's because he knows this space. We've been here, like, we visit all the time. He's comfortable enough. Say hi. Hi. We're wearing a Spider-Man costume again. The problem is that my safe space is gone. You know, I had everything locked up in my home. I had everything where I needed it to be. I had peace of mind for the most part, and I can't really force them to lock up everything. Like, I put a lock in the refrigerator only because their fridge is kind of messed up and it helps keep it. Okay, baby, I'll help you right now, okay? 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute. You can say, okay, mama. So the fridge being locked is a big help. Fruit and stuff being out, he's just constantly trying to eat. That like feeling of wanting to like eat everything at all times is back. So that's been challenging. I think last thing you guys saw was Sebi's birthday, which was really, really fun. After that, we did go trick-or-treating. It was really fun. It was hectic because that day we decided to move everything and leave the house. That day we decided to move and like take everything last minute. Like, that's it. We were like up in the air about like, when should we move? We should try to extend it. We should be at the house like as much as we can before we have to leave. And then like the day before we were moving, we were like, F it, let's just get everything out and just go already. So we were a little bit late to everything, but we also had gone trunk-or-treating at my job, and I got Christian some skeleton pajamas, like onesies, which were really a lot easier for him to tolerate. And because we've been able to manage his pain recently, he was able to walk longer distances. The sucky part about candy now is that Sebi had a good time. Sebi, did you like trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun? Yeah. What'd you say, trick-or-treat? Yeah. I'm gonna help him with this right now, actually. Keep updating you guys along the way. I'll try to record a mini little vlog right now. He was supposed to have ABA therapy today, but the RBT canceled last minute, so he just had speech. So we're gonna have an easy day. I've been doing some of this stuff with them today, and Christian has surprised me. I wanna show you guys. He is just more... He's showing me what he can do. You know, I'm sure he's been able to do a lot of this in the past, but he's really showing me what he can do, and he's proud of himself. I can see it in his little face. Good morning, guys. So we are getting ready for work. I thought this would be the perfect time to just talk to you guys. So I think I gave all the updates that were really important. The next thing I want to talk about is a question that I've gotten. Anytime I talk about Sebastian, which is my 3-year-old, I get questions about his development, how he's doing, if there's any concerns, have I noticed anything like autism related. So I want to sit down and talk about that. So if you guys have followed us for a while, you know that when he was younger, he got early intervention when he was like 6 months, maybe. I don't remember exactly, but it's all recorded if you guys want to go back and see. So it had to do with gross motor skills. He needed to be able to do certain things that he wasn't doing yet at that time, and he really hated tummy time. So they worked on that stuff, and then they also noted that he did not like baths. I don't know why that matters, but it's like part of the scoring. He hated baths. Now he's fine with them. Also, communication wise, they just kept an eye on how that was developing. But overall, I don't have any concerns. Honestly, the only thing that my sister sisters and we talk about sometimes is like when he gets overly excited, and you'll see it like in his birthday vlog, or like nervous, like he'll like do like this little stim thing, and I don't know if he got it from his brother, but he'll like kind of like do hand flaps, but it's not often, and I don't see it like a repetitive thing like constantly, and there's nothing else that I see, so it's not like anything that I'm concerned about. Communication wise, he has a lot of words. He is very engaging. He loves, like, he's a talker, you know. So with that, the only thing that concerns me is I overthink what I should do, because we are a bilingual family, and I always want my kids to know Spanish, but I also know that I am not the best at talking Spanish in the sense of like knowing every word for everything. So sometimes I will be very like, okay, today I'm going to speak a lot of Spanish to him, and then something comes up and I try to like phrase it in my head, and I'm like, I don't know how the hell to say that, so I go and say it in English, you know. So I know we know to hold conversations, but a lot of times I don't know exactly how to say something properly in Spanish, and I want to teach him properly. So yes, the colors, the numbers, like greetings, basics, we do that with him, but I think I overthink it because I want him to speak both and be able to communicate with his family in Spanish, that I don't want to hold him back either on progressing in like sentence structure and other things in English. So that's my dilemma, but overall I think he's developing normally, in the sense of like every milestone that I look for, I see, like whenever I do like the developmental milestone checklist, I like everything is there, you know. Sometimes I'll get too stuck on it, and the checklist will be like, can he follow 2-step instructions? So I'll like complicate it and be like, Sebi, go get me the remote and then turn on the light or something, when it could just be like clap and touch your nose. But it is important to look at those to know where there should be, because as parents I feel like there's not enough information that's given to us. We always have to seek it out on like what they should be doing, like above the basics, you know. So I really want to get him like ready for school, especially because he's a late birthday and he didn't meet the cutoff. So at 3 he should be in pre-K, I think, I'm pretty sure, or early programs, but he wasn't allowed because his birthday was the cutoff date. So I'm over here trying to do more things with him than I would have necessarily had to if his birthday was just like a month before, but not a big deal. But one of the main things that I also want to talk about when I talk about his development and like the fact that like everything is going well is the fact that I was prepared mentally for if it wasn't gonna be going well. I knew there was a high chance that he could be on the spectrum, and there honestly still is a chance that he could be on the spectrum. It's just not as severe, and that is a big difference. My son Christian, he is, you know, severe autism on this, like when they ask me what level is he has high needs. There is a that we will probably always be having to support him. Won't be able to live independently, but even with all of that, he is progressing, and I see so much progress in him, and so much more happier quality of life than like a few years ago, when he was having, more than anything, his growing pains. Health wise, everything, no matter, like, autism is autism, but like having a medical condition and him being nonverbal is like the worst thing, you know, in regards to like when he was having his growing pains, when we couldn't figure that out, when he was having the appendix pain and I didn't even know, when he was all of that, the pre-diabetes and how that might have been messing with his body, like that affects him so much more, and it like connected with the autism, that makes it 10 times harder, like in regards to aggression and other things, because he doesn't know how to process pain, or like he doesn't know how to communicate that something's wrong. So when I think about having another kid, people, that's another question that they always ask me, is like, how did you know you were ready? We always wanted another kiddo. We even like tried in the past when he was younger, but I had a miscarriage early on and things just never worked out. And when we were going to be ready again, we just felt like with all the things that Christian needed, like it was just not ready. It was just not time, you know? So I think, you know, when you're ready, and you know when you can handle things, and you have to be able to like look at yourself and look at your partner and be like, can we handle if our child has special needs, you know, like with our life that we have right now, with everything, like would we be able to handle it? And at the time when we decided, we were like, yeah, we would be able to. And it was hard in the beginning, only because, you know, around the time that Sebi was born is when Christian had more of his everything going on, like the pre-diabetes, the growing pains, the the appendix situation, and nobody can prepare you for something that's unexpected. But even still, even though through all the hardships, like looking at our family right now, like that's our little blessing, and like our life is complete with him, you know. So I think you just have to mentally be aware and understand like things can be different, you know, like with your next child is not going to be like a fixer of everything. Like, don't come into it like that. Like, I want like a normal child. That was never what we went into it for. We just wanted another blessing in our family, you know. And he's our little blessing. And what I was going with in regards to like he could still be neurodivergent is the fact that, you know, like Haiti doesn't have an autism diagnosis, but she does need support on the like at school in regards to IEPs and things like that, not behavioral but just in general. And that's a neurodivergency right there too that she could be dealing with. When I was younger, I had to have a lot of support early on, and I wish that I would have caught it on earlier with Haiti, but I think with COVID and like the virtual learning, I think it was a hard time that it took some years from us because we couldn't schedule anything. We couldn't see how far behind she was with certain things like math. By the time that we did, now she's got an IEP in middle school going on to high school, and that's hard for her at times, you know. Like, I'm sure that she stresses about the way that it looks, the way that she feels. And when I was in elementary, I didn't think about it like that. I was just taken out of class like, oh, you know, free period. I made good friends there, and I'm sure she's made good friends there too, but it's just different, you know. And with Sebi at this point, like, I feel like overall developmentally, like he's like learning so much, and I'm like shocked at how much he knows. But in the end, like, there could be even like emotional dysregulation or some other kind of educational or developmental needs that he might face. Like, it's not just autism, if that makes sense. We always have to be able to handle everything that we get thrown our way, and sometimes you don't feel like you're capable, so it's a roller coaster, you know. You just, whenever you ask yourself or you ask somebody that has a family and chose to have another child on the spectrum, and chose to have another child even with a child on the spectrum, just know that I think emotionally and mentally you have to be ready for the what ifs. What if my child comes out with severe needs too? You have to be ready for that and able to tackle that. Just deep in your guts, because, you know, sometimes when we're in it, we're like, damn, I'm not doing anything right, I don't know if I can handle it. But just deep in your gut, if you know you can handle it, if you know that, like, yes, I know that like certain things can happen and I'll still be okay, we'll all be a strong and stable family, then, you know, that's a personal choice to make. But yeah, all of that to say, I think Sebi right now, I don't have any concerns in regards to autism. He's doing really, really well, and overall we're all doing really, really well, even with all of these changes. But I should hurry up and get ready, so I'll end the vlog here, and I'll hopefully talk to you guys soon. Bye.